Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, man. And today we will be reacting to The Age of Addictions by Tommy NFG. Now, I've watched a lot of this guy's videos prior to me starting my YouTube channel, right? He's pretty funny. Well, to a degree, okay? Everybody's funny to a degree, but I enjoy his videos, man. So, why not react to one on my channel? You know what I mean? So let's just get into it, man. The age of addiction. Let's see what's going on with people these days. And believe it or not, everybody's addicted to something. You right now, you're probably addicted to that device in your hand or screen that you're looking at. So, you're also addicted. Don't think you're above it, bro. You're not above it, bro. Sorry, wrong screen. You're not above it.
Addictions have always been a thing in this world, and it's inevitable people get them. Each generation has had a different set of ones affect them more compared to the next. Boomers were more addicted to cigarettes and alcohol, being the victim of the tobacco industry and having them pay off doctors to say things like this.
You know, this night work's kind of rough, isn't it? That's right. But a camel's always a pleasure.
Yes,
Y'all want to know what I'm addicted to, chat? I'll show y'all. I'm addicted to this right here. Hold on. This right here that I have in my hand is a refunded check because I overpaid on my insurance. Y'all can't see it properly, but this here is what I'm addicted to, chat. Manyan. I'm not actually, but it's always nice.
folks, the pleasing mildness of a camel is just as enjoyable to a doctor as it is to you or me.
But hey, it's all good. They made it for that stress by beating their millennial children for asking them to get a toy. Millennials and Gen X are more addicted to alcohol and prescription drugs, and also posting the most cringe content you'll ever see on TikTok.
Get it off my screen.
That's what happens when you were the victim of the generation that would beat you just because. You know what? If they're having fun on their side of the internet, I'm happy for them. And of course, we end up with the dump of all that, which is Gen Z. But I think we're kind of different because before you had to do a little more searching in the past generations to get that addiction. You know, like have the money to buy a cigarette or alcohol. But now because of the digital age, it's made it almost impossible for Gen Z to not have an addiction. The amount of people in Gen Z who just have an addiction casually and we act like it's normal is kinda insane. We were the first test group of the internet's effect on a younger generation, and now that everyone's on the internet 24/7, like 90% of people have an addiction because of the internet. So I want to talk about all the ones that are getting pushed and more amplified with us, I would say. And we could start off with food. Okay, food didn't start with us, and Gen Z isn't even the fattest generation, but because of online ads and social media ads, it's very easy to push. We haven't even paid attention to the thought of how many food delivery apps we have. Bro, growing up, I remember the most you could deliver to your house was a pizza.
I ain't gonna lie, chat. I might just DoorDash some shit right after this video, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. As soon as this video is finished, I might DoorDash some food and sit out and start eating while I edit, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
It would be late night, and if you were craving something and didn't want to drive to an actual physical location, your ass had to order some Domino's or Papa John's. I know it had to suck working at one of those places back then, though, because the amount of prank calls that would go viral on YouTube of people just trolling them was astronomical. Like this channel Ownage Pranks used to go A1 back in the day. Bro would spout the most stereotypical racist accent to a worker and ruin their day. And you don't even need the delivery apps anymore. If you just download the fast food apps, they get it delivered for you. You know, you got your Chick-fil-A's, McDonald's, Taco Bell, food, Chipotle.
What? Wait. You're lying. You're lying. That's not what that actually says. That's not real. 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 It's not real. I don't, nope. Nope. Fact check. Hold on. There's no way that's actually real. There's no way that's actually real. There's no way that's actually real. Yep. Nope. He's lying. He's lying. He's lying. He's lying. It's not. It's it's not on the Google Play Store, bro. It's not. So it's not true. It's not true. See. This is all that's gonna show up. Popeyes, Yelp. Whatever. It's not real.
You know, you got your Chick-fil-A's, McDonald's, Taco Bell, food, Chipotle. Wait, what? Yeah, believe it or not, that was a real delivery service app until it got taken down. I wonder how such a family-friendly thing could violate Apple's terms of service. And if you download one of these food apps, you can save like half your costs by using them. They make it easier than ever to get big backed because they'll give you the best deals ever that for some reason they don't offer if you don't order on the app. And quarantine at my biggest back is I was trapping off that McDonald's app getting a free large fry with a $1 purchase. You got with 2 million McDonald's points who order basically every day for the past 4 years. At that point, do you get to meet Ronald McDonald or something? Because that has to deserve some type of reward. TikTok got to be the biggest influence for food nowadays though. Because how many times have you seen a food spot on TikTok and it's near you? And you think to yourself, well, damn, now I gotta try it to see what the hype is. With traveling nowadays, everyone's go-to when looking for food is going to TikTok to see what the people are saying is the best. I always think how insane Keith Lee's come up was.
Bro, oh my god. This Texas. Oh my lord. I gotta go to Texas just for a plate, cause oh my god. Hold on, let me move. Whoops. Sorry. Let me move. Yo.
On a TikTok to see what the people are saying is the best.
Wait a minute.
It's going to TikTok to see.
God damn. Yo, I wish I had the pictures and video on my computer. I don't. But I went to this one food spot I think like 2 months ago, and they gave me a breakfast something like this. It was the best breakfast I've ever had. Shout out to the shorty that took me out for breakfast that day, because oh my god, it was fantastic, bro. 10 out of 10 breakfast, bro.
What the people are saying.
Oh. Get out of the way, nigga. Get out of the way. Ooh. This shit look good. That a motherfucking Seattle. I don't even. Okay. Oh, Texas again. All right, my fault. Oh, dessert too with the. I don't know if this is breakfast or brunch. Might be brunch, cause oh my god, that's a fat ass burger. All right, bro. Let me stop, bro. I'm starting to get hungry, bro. Jesus.
Is the best. I always think how insane Keith Lee's come up was, and it shows how big backed we really are, because he quite literally will go to a food spot, give a review, and all it takes is a god damn, that's good, and the whole restaurant is fully booked up for the rest of the year. That's not a diss either, by the way, you know what I'm saying? We F with Keith Lee over here. And then you got those mukbang videos that became popular where they're eating gargantuan masses of food. I learned that some people watch these because they want to feel like they're literally eating the food, but their stomach can't take it, so they watch someone else do it. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with them. I just get sick and want to yak out a car window after looking at these. If you eating like this, you dead ass abusing your stomach wall lining. Next, we got vaping. For all the people who watch me and vape, I just want to let you know you're bigger than the vape. So do me a favor and put it down for your health now and your future. And pick up a cigarette like a real. I always find it so insane that our
You heard him, bro. Get cancer like a real man.
generation was bombarded with PSAs about smoking and the harmful effects of it. Everyone ended up thinking we wouldn't be affected by it as much and be a
I'm not gonna lie. I am a smoker, bro. I'm trying to quit, bro. It's gotten bad.
much more healthy generation until they release flavors with the name Mango Cherry Freeze and Fortnite carts that no one knows the origin of to change minds instantly. I knew our generation was gonna be the most addicted to it when I would walk in the school bathroom and casually see two in a stall with clouds of smoke coming out of it. And you'd have some dude on lookout paying attention to the sound of the jingling of keys to tell if a staff member was around or not. Then they start fumbling around and waving the smoke around to try to hide it. I didn't even know how bad it was at first though, until I found out kids in elementary school are doing it too. As a kid in elementary school, where the f are you getting the money to even afford that? Are you selling your rare Fortnite skins or something, then ordering them on eBay? According to statistics, 3.5% of middle schoolers in America vape as well. Low-key, we gotta bring back those scary anti-smoking ads. Because I remember when I was a kid being terrified of the thought of smoking. They would show the diagram of a healthy lung versus smoker lung, and I would have nightmares for the rest of the week. And no, you can't quit at any time. If you're somebody that has to sit there and reason with your friends like you're making a deal on Wall Street that you can, then let me introduce you to the last stage of grief, acceptance. It's okay to accept the fact that the rest of your friends are gonna live amazing amazing, willing full lives until 80, 90, or 100. And at 40, you're gonna drop randomly in your kitchen after those mango cherry freeze chemicals reach your heart. And weed smokers, where y'all going? Cause y'all ain't safe from this either. In general, I think out of a weed smoker and vape smoker, the weed smoker is usually more healthy. Mainly because the product doesn't have mysterious chemicals imported from a factory in Beijing. Nowadays though, they be lacing the hell out of that weed, so I don't even know about that anymore. You could be—
Nah, that's why you gotta. I don't smoke. Okay, not at least not weed, but that's why you gotta get that shit organic, bro. You gotta get that John straight from Mother Earth. You know it's gonna be straight from Mother Earth when you take that first hit and you just. You know, like that Cat Williams special. I don't know, man. If y'all ain't see it, man, one of the best comedians. But that Cat Williams special when he was like, and he just sat in front of the fridge for like 2 hours. Yeah, that's how you know, bro.
picking up what you think is
When you start tweaking and seeing shit and your body starts getting all jittery and shit, you're laced.
some regulars off from your local dealer, and it ends up being laced with fent, raccoon, and pee. The most annoying thing about weed smokers is they do the same thing as vape smokers, saying they can quit at any time, but they'll also argue with you, saying it makes them more productive, and they'll bring up successful people that do it as an example, like, I don't know, Snoop Dogg or Wiz Khalifa. The person saying it, though, 99% of the time is never productive. Like, you asked—
Okay, he's not wrong, okay? A lot of people don't, but I know, me personally, I know people who hit that thing before work and breeze through the day getting shit done way faster than they would normally, bro. I know these people personally. I was one of them at some point in time, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I know these people, bro. It is possible, but that's once you've been accustomed to it and trained to it, you know what I mean? You train your mind and body to intake the heavenly flavors, you know, that high that keeps you calm and relaxed and in your zone, in your mode. You know what you gotta do, and your body just does it with your mind not even being there, telling your body to do it, bro. At least that was just how it was for me in my experience.
what they did through the week, and it's take a shower once, rage on Valorant, goon to Sophie Rain, then smoke 7 times. If you're not one of—
We was never one of those. I don't know. That must be y'all other fellas, cause that was not me and my fellas, boy. Not when I was a smoker, at
most
least.
productive people using it, then you can't say it. And you'll
I do not smoke anymore. I just want y'all to know that.
also never be as productive as someone sober in that time. It's so bad, you got who
False.
will work the whole week, then half of their paycheck is going to some rolling papers and that flight duck pack. I think the reason why the rise of addictions and smoking weed is because it's so easy to access nowadays. They got whole apps meant to deliver strains to people, and you can go on Snapchat and casually see 10 dealers in a 1-mile radius. Back then, people were scared of getting caught, especially when the internet wasn't a thing. Plus, it was a lot more penalized, so people didn't take the risk. Next, we got gooning. I already made a whole video on this, so we don't gotta spend a lot of time on this. But the algorithms nowadays, more than ever, are meant to fuel horniness. Like, have y'all ever opened your Instagram feed or TikTok feed and they're literally throwing it in your face? No matter how many times I click not interested, it doesn't work. I think they have the button there just for fun. The best platform I see optimized where I don't see it is YouTube, because my algo was built brick by brick. It still happens though, trust me. Like, somebody watching this probably got some freaky AI chatbot ad. But on Instagram and TikTok, they purposely don't listen to me. I just want one person to do some research on these algorithms and see if they got a horny piece of code written in there. A lot—
I ain't gonna lie, right? I don't use TikTok a whole lot, but whenever I do, I don't ever see any goon-worthy shit. You know? Unless you're one of those people who will probably goon to a nice car. Because there's a lot of car shit on my TikTok. Battle rap. Friggin' anime moments. There's some friggin' funny videos from the Caribbean TikTok side of TikTok, you know? I am Caribbean. Come on now. Represent GT all the way. Come on. Anyway. Yeah, that's my TikTok. I don't see a whole lot of goon shit, but Instagram is the different story, bro. I hate opening Instagram in public, bro, because I never know what it's gonna be, bro. The first thing, as soon I just open the app, it's either gonna be something that has to do with Chisel Adonis, Jordan the Stallion. It's not how it sounds. I promise you it's not. or it's just some random ass somewhere, bro. I can't, bro. It throws me for a loop every time, bro. Or haha Davis.
A lot of people also talk about why were we so sexual at a young age, which is kind of true, you know, when I think about it. It's a mix of things. One being the internet, although it's not as bad as now. Like a Gen Alpha kid with unmonitored access in 2025 is probably gonna win this corn at the age of 7. Probably a mix of us looking at these Disney stars when we were kids and thinking of some freaky. The crazy thing to me was the shift of how OF stars and corn stars were perceived. Back then, I remember when a girl got leaked, it was the worst thing to happen to her life. Like her whole sacred temple was exposed to the world, or just somebody ousted as doing that line of work. They would never want that info out. But nowadays, if you see a link tree in that bio, it's like a Russian roulette of if you'll see an OnlyFans link or not. It's just a casual thing now to see someone naked online. Never in my life growing up I would think someone I went.
Bro, he is so not wrong, bro. He's so not wrong. Gen Z, think about this. I want y'all to think about this, right? We as Gen Z have seen, and I've heard this in a video before. That's why I'm going to repeat it to y'all. I can't remember what video or who said it, but I heard it. Sorry. We as Gen Z have seen more naked women than our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and their great-grandparents all combined. We've seen more naked women than all of them combined within however many years we've been alive, bro. That is crazy, bro. That is insane. I'm not going to say that I'm going to stop watching porn. Come on now. I'm a single dude, and I don't have the energy to be driving up and down, back and forth, or bringing shorties in my crib every other night just to get a fix. I can't even finish where I was going with that joke, bro. I'm not doing it every night, bro. It's not. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
I'm about 0 to 3 wrong, so. Good thing I didn't put a bet on that. Oh, and speaking of bets, gambling is next. Parlays have by themselves ruined the financial dreams of millions of Gen Z. Because with parlays, it feels like you're not putting much up. And if you already hate your job or you're trying to make it out, you're gonna take the risk and throw in something you can lose, like $10 or $20. But that ends up adding up, and as you keep losing, you end up losing like half your week's salary over some stupid ass prediction. My opinion is sports gambling is way more of a problem for us than traditional gambling. Like, I feel like that was the problem more back then. Although we definitely got our addicts for that too. Kick as a platform is pretty much meant as a funnel to stake where you can play slots to your heart's desire. Sports betting wouldn't even be that bad if everyone doing it actually had the disposable income too. But there should be no reason your whole paycheck is going on a bet. And it's really hard to stop because when you do get those wins, you always think you could get one potentially with another bet. And I don't know about y'all, but I've been getting a whole lot more of sports betting app ads a lot. It makes no sense too because I live in Texas. I can't even gamble here. So why are they even pushing it here when it's banned? Like, it makes zero sense to me. It's almost like they know people can use VPNs to do it anyways. And they be giving some crazy ass bonuses just for you to join and make a single bet. Like, who wouldn't take a free $100 to bet for just a tiny risk of forever being indebted to the app and watching every single one of the 500 bets you made in the past week? Just a tiny risk though. The sports betting industry growth is so insane when you look at the chart. Just 7 years ago, it was only $209 million, and now it's around $4 to $6 billion.
2018 was 7 years ago. Shit.
If this ain't an indication of a recession, then I don't know what is. People's doing anything to get money. I guarantee there's some dads out there risking their paycheck and if their kids get to eat, just to see if the bet will hit of LeBron getting over 40 points in a game. Next, we got caffeine. And it's time to be open.
Yeah, that's my biggest addiction right there, boy. That is my biggest addiction right there. Woo! There's days when I have like 4 or 5 cans of energy drink within the morning, bro, before lunch. It's bad, bro. It's bad. Caffeine that's my guilty pleasure. I'll have those 4 or 5 cans after having a tall cup of coffee, bro. It's insane. I'm trying to cut back, but jeez.
This is probably the thing I match closest with. My excuse is, though, I only take pre-workout on days I work out, which is 5 days in a week. Not really a good excuse, though, But trust me, I can quit anytime. I just need a little powder sprinkled in my toothpaste to get my bones jolting. Caffeine addiction is probably the easiest one to get because when you're tired in a day and need a little boost, it's one of the few legal substances you can take to boost your energy. Sadly, they banned the original Coke formula, but I've heard there's ways to get around it. It also doesn't help that on TikTok, people will post their favorite coffee recipes or drink they got at Starbucks. Then people run to the store to get the exact same one to see what the hype is about. Everybody all of a sudden also started drinking matcha and making matcha everything. Matcha coffees, matcha pancakes, matcha noodles. A couple of years ago, would have seen something like this and fried you on the internet for even having it. But now all you gotta do is post the trying matcha noodles on TikTok and people will love it just because it's matcha. Where the did all this matcha talk come from though? Like, matcha is cool to me, but how did they get to
Bro. One of my dogs, bro. One of my brothers, my closest friends, bro. My brother, shout out that nigga JP, right? He posted a status saying he a matcha nigga now. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. I haven't had matcha in years. But I'm a fucking troll, bro. I went straight to that nigga chat. I'm like, that shit'll change your life, bro. That shit'll change your life. Egging him on, bro. That nigga was serious. He was in that shit, boy. Oh my goodness. I don't get the whole matcha hype, bro. I don't. It's a great flavor. It tastes great. But the hype is unnecessary.
the point where we're facing potential global shortages of it because everyone's having it. Also, having energy drinks is more commonplace now. Like, I remember in the past, if you told someone you was drinking energy drinks, they thought you were cooked, providing for 4 different families on a one-man salary while getting 4 hours of sleep. Every company now, for some reason, has their own line of energy drinks. Like, who is deadass drinking the Toxic Waste energy drink and the Sonic the Hedgehog energy drink? Actually, that last one might not be too bad. Might just have me a grab it. I think caffeine addiction is also rising too because a lot more people are sleep deprived nowadays. It's a blessing for real if you can get 8 full hours of sleep in this time. So when people are tired, they say, why not? Let me just get 1 energy drink for the day. There is a very big risk with it though, and we can't forget. Energy drinks have...
I ain't gonna lie, right? Just to comment on what he just said, and this is probably gonna be the second to last time I pause this before the end of this video. This video is running kind of long, right? But if you can't sleep 8 hours regularly, I think that's more of your own lack of self-control than it is your addiction. Well, yeah, no, never mind. Yeah, it is an addiction. You're addicted to your phone. I get it. It makes sense. That's probably why. But it's very easy to fucking get 8 hours of sleep, bro. Just turn your phone off, bro. My phone is constantly on D&D, bro. People be messaging me and shit. They don't, especially when I'm trying to go to sleep. I hate when people message me or call me when I'm trying to go to sleep, bro. My phone, after a certain time, you will not reach me. I promise you, you will not. I try to go to bed 10 o'clock, no later than 10 o'clock every night, and wake up for 6 to get to the gym, okay? Decent amount of time. If I'm really tired that day because of work, I'll go to bed at 9, probably 8, but still get up in the morning at 6, right? Get ready. I have to be to work by 10, so I have a decent amount of time between me waking up, going to the gym, and coming home to get ready for work, right? So, yeah, and I still make sure I get enough sleep every night because sleep is very important, not only for your body, but for your mind, too. But that's only if you're doing it right, so I know, it's kind of crazy. How do you not do sleeping right? But you know you're not doing sleeping right when you go to sleep tired and wake up even more tired than you went to sleep, bro. You're not doing sleeping right.
Have only been getting used a lot more in the past 2 decades, so we still don't have long-term studies on their effects. And there's even tragic cases about it, like the case of Katie Donnell. Katie Donnell was a 28-year-old teacher and fitness enthusiast, and she always tried to live a healthy lifestyle and had a lot of caffeine through the day as one of the things. She would have 3 energy drinks a day and a caffeine supplement on top of that before going to the gym. And by the way, the recommended max amount of caffeine you're supposed to have in a day is 400 milligrams. Depending on how much caffeine those drinks had, she could have been having like 2x or 3x the daily limit.
400 ain't enough for a nigga like me. I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest with you, bro. 400 milligrams, I won't even get a buzz off of that, bro. What are we talking about? I have to drink like 2 Red Bulls before I get a buzz, bro. It's not the big ones, obviously. The little small, the regular small Red Bull cans, bro. The 8 ounces, bro. But I drink 2 of those to get a buzz. I'll drink one of the big cans if I need the buzz right then and there, and I don't have time to be waiting for the other can to digest. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
But even
400 is
if
a
they
little too
were
low.
smaller amounts, I think we can all agree that just the sound of having 3 energy drinks a day is insane. And in 2021, Katie had a heart attack and had to be put in the hospital, where 10 days later, she sadly passed away from the effects of it. So if you're near having 3 drinks a day, it might be time to reconsider how many you're having. The best schedule for people that do want to have caffeine is 5 days a week with at least 2 days off it. The more you have it, the more tolerant you get to it. So it's always better to have a little reset just so the effects still hit. It's also a problem too that kids are now starting to have energy drinks. When Prime released its energy drinks, there was parents complaining that their kids were having them and it was causing problems. I don't know what type of stress these is even going through to be having energy drinks. I only started drinking them after having some adult type responsibilities. Before 18, I wasn't having them. And once again, parents strike again at not monitoring their kids, because how do they even get access to these energy drinks? Since I said I only have them when I work out, we might as well throw gym in there as an addiction. Some of y'all might think it's odd that gym is here, but if you see how fitness social media is now, you know how bad it can get. There's been a lot more of a rise in gym.
He's not natural. You can't achieve it naturally. Don't do it. Don't try it. You'll hurt yourself. He's not natural.
Influencers since 2020.
And he's also, I think I'm older than this dude, bro.
2020. I'm glad the gym is becoming way more popular though, because in general it's good for everyone's health. But the lengths some people take to look like some of the influencers online is unbelievable. It's universally known now that a lot of influencers online straight up use performance enhancing drugs to look the best. One of the biggest known cases I would say is The Rock. Everyone knows for his physique at his age, it's almost impossible for him to look like this without taking some type of performance enhancing drug. He always denies it and says he doesn't use them, which no one believes. Because when your job is to look the best, a lot of these influencers and celebs feel like they have no choice but to take them to keep up with everyone. And people in the gym community point out all the time who may be fake or real. One of the biggest gym influencers on YouTube's job is literally predicting from years of experience what influencer or celeb transformation is real or fake. But even if the influencers doing it are natural, it's never good to compare yourself, because their entire job is meant to look good. Like, they can spend hours at a time in the gym every day to look like that. Meanwhile, the average person usually gets out of school or work and can have 1 or 2 hours max. And it leads to people thinking they have to take the same drugs those influencers are taking. Nowadays, there's people who will show their journey through taking steroids or testosterone casually. I guess it's kinda good they're being honest, but like, can you imagine people did this for any other drug? Imagine a meth addict showing their journey of taking it through the years. And the people taking these drugs are getting younger and younger because they look up to these guys, ruining their whole body before it even got time to fully develop. It's okay to accept the fact that you probably won't reach their level, and if you do, it'll just take you significantly longer, which is fine. Like, bro, you got decades of your life to reach that type of build if you want to. You don't gotta rush it when you're young. And the reality is, you probably won't even want to keep up with that type of physique because it'll be too much work. The last category we got, which 90% of my audience will relate to, is unemployment. Unemployment is the new cool.
Hey. As one of your viewers, I take offense to that. Now, obviously, I have a job and it pays me very well, thankfully. But I still take offense to that, Mr. NFT.
Cool lifestyle that everyone's getting into.
I'm 34.
34? Okay, what do you do?
I am a risk taker. I'm a road runner. I'm an entrepreneur.
I mean, think of it. You can nibble off of someone else's work for free while laying down on a couch and watching your favorite TV show. Society's become so cooked that anyone who quits their job, or anyone who's applied to more than 5 and got denied, just give up and decide to live that lifestyle. You even mention the word job to certain and they start quivering in fear for their life. You know what? I'm feeling pretty evil today. Let's go ahead and go on a TOS run to get me packed out of here real quick. And I do want to put a disclaimer.
Oh, wait, Tommy, wait. My channel isn't even monetized yet, bro. Please don't fuck it up for me before I even get the chance.
What you're about to hear may be disturbing. Job.
Oh, gosh.
Employment. Working. Career.
I can't even fake like
Business.
that. That bothers me, bro.
Profession. Operation. I feel free being able to say what I want. I feel like the world is in the palm of my hand. For some reason, even though it feels like no one is getting a job now, we're actually reaching low levels of employment, well, at least compared to 2020. Moment of silence for all my who were looking for a job during COVID. Glad that wasn't me. Because God knows where I would be right now. The thing that's doomed Gen Z is
Still
as
in
soon as
school.
finally started to get their degrees and get ready for the real world, AI had to advance at levels we never thought possible. I might have to make a video on just this alone. Man, we all thought AI would take jobs like fast food and have robots flipping burgers, but that's it. Now you got AI that can code entire websites for free. You got AI that automatically run YouTube channels and generate them unlimited money. And for us, it was a big rush of people getting STEM degrees because everyone was saying that was the speed run to get a 6-figure job. It's great to know that all those degrees are completely useless now that those jobs are taken by AI. So no wonder everyone's giving up and are embracing their unemployment. And when GTA 6 drops, mark my words, will quit their jobs just to have time to play this once-in-a-lifetime game. I'm truly scared for the job market in that moment. Hospitals are gonna be empty from doctors and nurses trying to finish the GTA 6 storyline. So anyways, that's about it. If you don't align close to any of the things I mentioned, then congrats, you're one of the special ones. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Why do I feel like that was a subtle shot, bro? What do you mean I'm special, bro? What you trying to tell me? You trying to say I'm a little slow, nigga? You trying to say I ride on a short bus, nigga? Is that what we doing, Tommy? All right, bro. I see how
As
it
always,
is.
I love you guys consensually.
Nah,
and until next
Fuck that, nigga.
time, I'm out.
Fuck that, nigga. You trying to, what you trying to say, bro? Talking about I'm one of the special ones. I ain't gonna lie, it's YouTube icon kind of fire, though. I might need to fire my guy in order and hire his, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that shit kind of gas. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. That's gonna be it for this video, man. Bro, listen. We all addicted to something, man. We're all high off something, man. You know, may not always be drugs. It's life sometimes, you know. Sometimes you're just high off life. You're high off those paychecks that you get from work, or if you're unemployed, shit, you're high off your own suffering of being unemployed. You know what I mean? We're all high on something. We're all addicted to something, bro. So the best thing to do is learn how to manage your addiction and use it to better yourself. That's my advice to you, and that's it from me, man. I'll catch y'all in the next video, bro.